Listen, I am so excited. I am honored to bring these amazing women that are making her story. We talking about women in the community, women entrepreneurs, women preachers, women leaders. We're talking about moms, counselors, principals, women that are just doing their thing. If you coming in, I need you to share, like, tag, get another woman in that needs to be encouraged, empowered. Get a woman in that she's on her path of making legacy, creating her legacy. She's doing her thing in the community. Look, the Her Fire magazine has done it again. This is the official launch party of the fourth edition Women Making Her Story in honor of Women History Month. And you guys already know who I am. I am your girl, AB, the one who trained authors, coaches, and speakers to get paid to be themselves, show up bright every time they hit the stage, own who they are, and take ownership. So, look, I'm super excited. We are celebrating all week long. These women deserve to be celebrated. They deserve to be highlighted. They deserve to be featured. They deserve for the world to know who they are in their story. We talk about women that have overcame obstacles. They have defied the odds. They have transformed their life. They have said, God, I've answered the call. I'm stepping up to the plate. And I want the world to know what you are doing, have done, and is doing, and will do in my life. So look, I want to bring this first amazing young lady to the fire stage, none other than Melissa Dixon. And she is a woman making her story. Melissa.
Hi, how are you? How are you? Thank you so much for allowing me this wonderful opportunity to just share the just gifts and the blessings that have been really bestowing within me and then me able to show back into the community. You're giving a platform that is so definitely needed. And I truly thank you for giving me the opportunity and have a voice to be able to share with other women to know it's possible and that your vision, your dream, your opportunity is possible too. So I thank you so much, Angela, for this opportunity. I really do.
You are so welcome. Like I tell all the women, I'm honored for you to take space in the magazine, the vision that God has given me. And every feature is a part. You're helping me make history. You're helping me walk out God's assignment because there would be no Fire magazine if it wasn't women such as yourself being in the pages, sharing your story. It's I think people don't really understand about magazine features, publications, things written on the pages, right? If you're not where you want to be, when you write your story, you are making a public declaration that I am standing up, I am owning who I am owning my story. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not ashamed of it because this is what God has brought me from. This is what God is doing in my life. And you stepped up and you answered the call for this amazing feature of women making her story. Not history. We're making her story, right? We're
Yes,
talking
yes,
about
definitely.
her, we're making her story. And for
Yes.
so long, Black women have set to the side. We are so used to hiding our greatness. We're so used to dumbing down and closing our mouths. I want to ask you, how have you stepped up to make your story known to the world?
Well, I've basically stepped up, really listening into God's voice, and be able to just understand what my mission and my goal um, is supposed to be able to do for the community. I was given the opportunity to be able to utilize the gifts that He has given me, God has given me, and now I'm just spreading it one day by day, 1 minute by minute, and really impacting individuals. And I've noticed over time how everyone has just been so thankful and appreciative that finally someone that is not afraid to be able to provide the resources and support and services. with the type of work that I am doing in the community.
Awesome. So, what is the type of work you are doing in the community, if I may ask?
So I own a nonprofit organization called the Big E, the Elephant in the Room Life Changers Inc., also known as the Big E Life Changers Inc. This organization really focuses on a mission of filling in the gaps that lack resources and support in the community. We identify these gaps, and we try to break the stigma in bringing resources to all phases of life. So some of the areas that we focus on start the communication, focusing on suicide prevention and awareness. We focus on mental health. We bring awareness and support to loved ones and families that have families and loved ones with disability. And we also deal with hardships, with homelessness disparities. We connect with these various local organizations, and we target those areas and those needs in the community and be able to grow from there, specifically in Cabarrus County community, because they have really been kind of pushed to the side, and a lot of times people are not realizing what really support in that county specifically needs.
It's simply amazing. So, in other words, what you're saying is it don't matter what you have going on in your life. You stepped up to help other people in their crisis and what they have in their life.
Yes, yes. I'm still a mother. I'm still a wife. I still work a full-time job. And but I realized that there is a need, and it was my determination growing up. I can even say growing up, my parents were very into trying to help individuals in the community and provide resources. And from what I saw growing up as a child, I realized that the work doesn't just stop. It has to continue. So I was able to just kind of be able to move forward. One of the areas that we actually did under the Big E is actually we hosted the first suicide awareness 5K in Cabarrus County last year on September 14th. And that was amazing. We had over 200 participants of all phases of life that came out that were so grateful. Loved ones that had lost loved individuals to suicide, as even actually individuals that are still dealing with suicide thoughts. So it was an amazing turnout, and we partnered with local organizations and mental health providers, Cabarrus Health Alliance, Daymark Recovery, the VA hospital. The list goes on. We had over 7 health providers, not to just be there to just represent for their organization, but be an advocate and be say it's okay. It's okay to talk about it. And we're here to help you and provide the services and resources for you. So we're actually going to host it again this year in 2024 on September 7th. We're hosting the second annual. So we're going to just keep building and continue to grow. And we said we're going to break this stigma, we're going to break the silence and continue to grow from there. So that is one of the impacted areas that was kind of sometimes a little bit, I was kind of scared, kind of hesitant, but I just said I had to keep moving. I had to keep pushing forward because I saw the need when I was talking to individuals. I saw the tears. I saw the individuals just crying out from just saying this, finally we're able to feel comfortable and not feel ashamed that we lost a loved one from suicide, from a child to adults, their mothers, their fathers, their aunts, their uncles. And I was walking the streets of all in supermarkets and grocery stores. And one thing I can say specifically for the suicide awareness event, I realized I put in my channel to know going forward when I have this event, when you walk down every aisle in the supermarket, there's 1 or 2 individuals that have lost a loved one to suicide or is currently dealing with suicide thoughts or dealing with some form of mental health, situation. So we said we have to break this stigma. We have to. And the only way you can do it is just be out in the community and be a voice and an advocate for others.
Let me tell you something. I was going to ask you a question, but you kind of already answered it. I just want to salute you. I want to honor you for the sacrifice. People don't know the sacrifice, right? What has been a case or a person that you have worked with that have really touched your heart and made you say, this is why I was born. This is why God created
There's a story that actually was going in, speaking to a business owner. And I was asking him, just said, do you mind sharing this information that we're having this awareness event and for suicide awareness and prevention? And he just took my hand and he just held it and just kept holding it. He said, I don't know what made you walk into this store, but I thank you. He said, my daughter, if it wasn't for the resources and support for one of those organizations that you will be having at this event, my daughter wouldn't be here today. So he said, I thank you for allowing them to come. And I thank you for allowing the mission to continue to allow people to say and know the resources and the support is there for them. Because I think he basically just felt ashamed. He felt ashamed that his child was, dealing with this situation. But for me to go and say, it's okay. We're going to bridge that gap, and we're going to be able to now have a place for you to come, talk to individuals of like-minded, to be able to walk with you or run with you and just be able to say, you're not alone.
Wow. Wow. Because organizations like yours exist, his daughter's still here. Just think about the people that the organizations like yours didn't reach. And a family didn't have the support. Their family didn't have the know-how, right? With that being said, let's talk about the stigma, mental health in the Black community, and how does that relate to your story?
We're still very silent. I think we feel like we want to tuck it in and just say, it's just going to go away. Or, it's not me. It's their problem. It's not my problem. And I think if we start identifying, the biggest piece is say, it is okay. It is okay. Everybody has various traumas, has been through various obstacles in their life, and it is okay to talk about it. It is okay to be able to just say, you know what, let's sit down and let's try to talk about it. If you're not okay to talk about it, we can provide you the resources and support to be able to get you someone to help you. But the stigma is the stigma is no, we're scared. We're scared on how we're going to look. We're going to be scared on how we're going to be identified, because in our society today, it's all about image. How are we going to look? How are people going to look at me if I tell them that I went through a traumatic situation in my life?
Yeah.
Are they going to still accept me for who I am?
Yeah.
And we have to say, the reason why I've always said, if we go through situations, we are a testimony for somebody else. And if we don't understand that sometimes the traumas we go through is to be able to be that pivotal piece to help someone else down the line. It might not be immediate, but it might be down the line. And it might not, sometimes you might not have to say, you can just identify just by their actions and just sit with them and say, it's okay. But I feel specifically in our Black community, we are too afraid because we're so stuck on image and identity and trying to hold on to this, it would never be me. And then also another stigma, it's pray about it and it's going to go away. And that's not always the case.
No, it's not.
I think God blessed us with resources to be able to get the help that we need.
Yeah. Look, if you guys are just tuning in, you need to share this. You need to tag somebody. I need y'all to heart it up, like it, whatever y'all got to do. Melissa Dixon is one of the women that is being featured in the Her Fire magazine and the Women Making Her Story. And she's talking about all the amazing things she's doing with the Big E, the Elephant Project, and everything she's doing in Cambores County. Look, tag a woman that have a dream, tag a woman that she has been procrastinating about sharing her story, tag a woman that she have been in the background. This feature is all about women stepping up to the forefront. This about women sharing her story, owning her story, and saying, look, this is who I am. Take me or leave me. God created me. This is my story. This is my time, and I'm going to speak up and I'm going to let the world know what God has done in me. Because the woman I used to be is not the woman you see today. The things I used to do is the things I don't do today. I'm creating legacy, I'm making my story, and I'm leaving my mark in the world. That's what these women are stepping up and saying in this fourth edition of the Her Fire magazine. But I got one more question for you, Melissa.
Yes.
I want you to take your time and I want you to give at least 3 points on any woman that is listening, any man that is listening, any person that is listening about how they can create their legacy, history, and how they can step up to the plate.
Um, the 3 points I can truly say is um, understand that you have a purpose. Know the purpose is not going to null and void. You're here for a reason and you have a purpose. I feel that the biggest piece of a lot is prayer. Prayer and ask for that. Where do you want me to be? Where are my skill set? Where can I be an asset to the community and or to the areas that are really are maybe even neglected or overlooked. And I also can definitely say is be patient with yourself. A lot of times we forget to understand and it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take years and years. You're going to have pitfalls. You're going to wake up one day and just say, it's over. I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. But as soon as I've always learned, when I say that, the next day, God opens the door and says, nope, you're not done yet. So you have to be patient with yourself and the process. And finally, I really just be consistent. Write down your goals, write down your mission, write down your long-term areas that you really want to focus on and be consistent in that process and just allow things to fall as they go along. But as I always say, just never give up. Truly never give up on the gifts that God has given you, because I feel there's room for everyone in this world to make a difference.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Melissa, for being a part of the Her Body magazine. You know what? One of the
Okay.
things I this is this your first feature?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
Oh, I love first features, right? Because you get to say that your first magazine feature was the Her Fire magazine. So you can never forget me.
No kidding. I can't forget you now. Anyway, I see you all the time on Facebook and I follow you. I love what you're doing in this community. I love what you're doing for women and giving them a platform. Because, and I said to myself, you know what? There's a reason why this is transpiring now. And I just said, I have to be able to just jump on board
Yeah.
and finally say, you know what? Because I kept saying, Angela kept popping up. I said, okay. All right, it's time.
I
It's
get that, I get that a lot. I have this, when you study the aspect of staying in people's face, um, they may not connect with you now, but they may connect with you later, right? And that's why I'm so big on make sure that you treat everybody how they're supposed to be treated because you never know when they're going to come knocking back into your life. You never know the connection that God may have with that person. And it's
Mhm.
so very important. And if you know you have a purpose and you know that you need to reach people, then I gotta stay in your face.
Mhm.
Whether it's gonna be through
Mhm.
social media, through email, through however, I gotta stay in your face, right?
Yes,
Because
yes.
I know my call is great. I
Mhm.
know that I have many things that could add value to many women's lives. And if I say, you know what, God, this is too much, there will be no women making her story. There will be no Fire Girl meetups. There will be no Her Fire magazine. There will be no Angela Bray Enterprise. I had to make the decision years ago that I'm making history, however means necessary, whether it's big or small. But when
Mhm.
I leave this earth in whatever year it may be, the year 330,000, 300,000, my name will be in the history books of what I've done.
Mhm.
Kids will say, today in Black History Month, I want to talk about Angela Brown.
And right. Yep.
That's my mission, is
Mhm.
to make my very existence count, to make
Mhm.
that dash count, to say, God, I heard you. I'm going to do this no matter what, at all costs, no matter who I got to become, no matter who I need to let go of what decisions I make, that this is a personal relationship with God. Like,
Mhm.
if my presence offends you, then it's not my problem. Okay. If my emails get on your nerves, it's not my problem. I'm just
Mhm.
coming to knock on your door and say, hey, sis, are you rising up today? Hey,
Mhm.
sis, are you showing up on fire today? Hey, sis, are you setting this world ablaze? Hey, sis, get out the corner, right? Rise up.
Mhm.
We got things to do.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
people don't like me, take it up with God. It's not none of my business. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna do what God called me to do. I'm gonna show.
Well, I always say, when you're ruffling someone's feather, that means you're doing the right thing, and they're not ready for it.
Yeah, because I will hold you accountable, okay? I will hold you accountable. Slide on in the DM every now and then. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. So thank you so much for being a part of the Her Fire magazine. Can you hold tight and come back on at the end with me?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me tell you, these women are simply amazing. If you're just not coming in, this is the official launch of the Her Fire magazine, Women Making Her Story. I'm so super excited. Look, this next young lady, she's going to come. She's going to let us know who she is, what she does, and all those amazing things. I want to call Natika Smith to the stage. She's going to come give you an inspirational message, let everybody know what she does and how you can get in contact with her. So now let's get Natika Smith.
Hello, Fire Girls. My name is Natika Smith. I am owner and founder of Natika's Body Butter. I just wanted to be able to tell you all a little bit about myself. I came in to start my new business about a year ago after making body butters for about 15 years. My products are natural and organic products. Not only do they deeply moisturize your skin, but they also minimize symptoms of depression, anxiety, insomnia, and stress. I am really big on self care. I am also a licensed mental health therapist, so I like to connect our body and our minds with everything and getting everything lined up to help us be the best fire girl that we can be. So I am a woman making her story. I would like to be able to leave a legacy for my children. I am a mother of three girls and also a wife of a charming husband. So my idea is to be able to make her story and to be able to tell my story with other women and help encourage and motivate them to follow and chase after their dreams. I want every person to feel that they are beautiful in their own skin. With men or women, my products are available for, with helping us be the best me and the best you that you can be. Because when your skin is beautiful, you function better, you feel better, you're in a better mood. So, with all of that going into your self care, I want to be able to share what I have with someone else. My products also treat eczema, psoriasis as well. If you're receiving chemotherapy, it helps with the dry skin of that as well, so that it helps you to be on fire, to be that best person that you can be. So, just a few tips. If anyone is looking to start their own business and need some extra encouragement, I encourage you to chase after your dreams. And another way that you can do that is to imagine. I don't think we imagine enough about being in that place and being in position of where we want to be in life. And also, as a mental health therapist, I highly encourage that because that helps us get into the mindset, get motivated with actually thinking about you being in that place where you want to be. Imagine yourself walking into that room with people waiting for you, waiting to listen to you speak. Imagine being able to sell whatever it is that you're selling, being able to give to someone else that may be in need, but just taking all of that and imagining that you want to be in that place. So, another tip that I have as well is surround yourself around positive people, positive, successful people that are reaching and setting goals and doing things that they want to do in life. That actually helps our progression with our self growth, is being able to surround ourselves around other positive people that are doing great things. And also, any barriers or obstacles that you are trying to come through, also allow that to not discourage your path. I know that we can do a lot as women. We are mothers, we are wives, we are helping our community, we are faithfully serving within our church. You are doing these various things to help you to be successful. So take time out to yourself, have self care, spend time to imagine, spend time to set goals, surround yourself around healthy people, healthy relationships to help you be encouraged to be that girl writing her story. So, if you would like to follow me for more about my products, you can reach me on Instagram at Nautica's underscore body underscore butters. You can reach me on Facebook at Nautica's Body Butter to follow me for more updates on products, new scents, things that are coming out. I also have emulsifying sugar scrubs. I have body oils as well for men and women to tackle those difficult parts because we're going to be outside soon. It's almost summertime. So you want to make sure that you have your skin glowing and flowing. You can also reach me on social media as well to place orders or to ask questions about products. So I hope to see you soon. I want to connect with every fire girl out there. I am a woman making her story.
Listen, if you're just not coming in, you are a part of the launch, the official first day launch of the Her Fire magazine, Women Making Her Story. So look, if you want your copy, go right now to www.angelabrandenterprise.com and get your copy of the Her Fire magazine. So look, this next young lady, I think she got some brewing in her belly. That's what I think. I think she got something brewing. This young woman have been through it, survived through it, thrived through it, healed through it, and she's still here to tell her story. I want you guys to give a warm welcome to none other than Tamika Powell. Tamika, come on up here to the fire stage.
Hello, 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 hello.
So, look, tell us a bit about who you are.
Well, before I tell you who I want to say thank you for the platform. I love you. I love you. You are an amazing woman. You are such an inspiration to so many women. And God made us get up and believe in who we are. So I am a mother first. I am a God-fearing woman, and most of all, I am an overcomer. My walk has been a walk of child abuse, molestation, rape, cancer, you name it. But I've just walked in a place where I believe that I can live through anything. God gives you the ability that you would live and not die and declare the works of the Lord. So that's what I do. That's what I believe. That's what I walk. I'm woman that had a low self-esteem, that had to realize that beauty lies with on the inside of me. It took years for me to see that. And now that I've learned it and achieved it, and now I walk in it, nothing can stop me. I'm unstoppable. I'm in a place in my life that I'm made strong and I'm built strong.
Come on, unstoppable woman. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. So look, let's get into some really good stuff. So, what are some of the things that determines you making your story, you making history? What are some of those things?
Some of the things that determined of me making my story was actually the word living through it. Sometimes when life comes, we just give up. We quit because it's hard. It hurts. You don't know how to make the next step. But live means exactly what it says. It means to thrive. It means to grow. It means to expand. It means to become. It means to be. And when I grasped that and understood that you could live through anything, obstacles and trials are gonna come all day of your life. You're gonna go through every single day of your life. But guess what? You can live, but to live through it means you're accomplishing something. We are defying something. So I believe that's one of the biggest things that we can do.
I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So, if you were to say to that woman that is listening, and she may be going through something in her body, right? And she thinks this is a death sentence. And she thinks that she can't live through it. What would you say to that woman?
You got to embrace every single moment. Live through it does not just mean you open your eyes. It means you opened your eyes. So no matter what trials come against you, embrace every single moment. That's your strength. Your strength comes from you waking up. That means that you've made it. Every breath that you breathe, you've made it. Every time you suck in air, you lived another moment. Nothing can stop you as long as you're here. So show up for you and be here. Show up. Show up may mean to you that you put your foot on the floor, but dang on it, girl, your foot made it on the floor. Nothing stopped you. You didn't stop yourself from putting your foot on the floor. Celebrate yourself because you're important. That the obstacle may come, but guess what? You're beating the obstacle by what you put in your mind. If you live here, you can live through every single thing that happens to you. Nothing can stop you from living as long as you're alive.
Come on, honey. Come on. Nothing can stop
Nothing.
you as long as you are alive.
Nothing.
Honey, I love it.
Nothing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, what would be three things, three nuggets, three words of wisdom that you would give another woman and how she can make legacy and make her story count? Give those and just speak a little bit of life.
Okay. You're the work, first thing. Once you realize that you're the work, you will start working on you. Now, you got to build from us on the inside of you. And sometimes life hits us hard. Traumas come, pain comes, disappointment comes. But when you take the time to deal with you and realize that your working on you is more important, you can then, number two, accept the work, accept where you are in the place where you are. Even though you're working on you, you can accept it. When you begin to accept it, you begin to move, you begin to walk, you begin to defy every odd. You begin to say, you know what, I don't need this, I don't need that. I can step up sometimes. I can come down sometimes. My voice can be loud, my voice can be soft. Then you got to go out and do the work. Now that you became the work, then you accepted the place that you're in. Now you can go out and do the work to build and help somebody else. Don't you know that she says like his story, your story helps somebody else's story. So when you're out there doing the work, you're helping somebody else believe that they can do the same thing that you've done, that they can overcome just like you overcome. You are a living, breathing testimony. It doesn't matter what happens to you. It doesn't matter where you've been through. The point is that you've been through it. So I understanding my motto is live through it. Living through it means no matter what happens, you're gonna make it through the other side of the thing. So choose when you're going through it to take dominion of it and walk through it. As you're going through it, take your power and get through it. Take your power and walk through it. Encourage somebody. You don't understand, just when you're walking, you are an encouragement to somebody. Somebody may look at you and say, how can she walk through this storm? But you walk with your head high, your eyes lifted up, and you walk with a strength on the inside of you that nothing can stop me. So you have to understand that you're made strong and you're built strong. When God made you, he didn't make a mistake. He didn't alter. There was not an altered place on the inside of you. Everything about you is important. Every place that you fail is a place that you got to get up. Every place that you had to crawl is a place that you gotten strengthened, because those knees got a little more callus on them. So they have the ability to be strengthened as you walk. So I just need you to understand that you are the work, accept the work, and do the work.
Well, she said it. She said it just like that. You got to do the work to be the work. You got to show up for you. You got to make sure that you're owning everything you've been through. You got to live through it. You got to grow through it. You got to survive through it. All those things. Life is going to hit. But Tamika Powell, one of the women that is being featured and the women making her story, she just dropped some nuggets. So go ahead and share, like, tag, all those amazing things. Tamika, 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 Tamika. Look, I love you. I thank you so much. This is not our first rodeo. We have some history, some years. We have some years under our belt. I remember the first time I met you. Wow.
That was tough.
We're not gonna tell it on the World Wide Web, right? But we just know we have some history. You're dear to my heart. I absolutely love you. You have a powerful, powerful, powerful story in your journey. And if you want to share anything about your personal experiences and living through it, you can at this time. Well, you choose not to at this time. I believe, I know that you are inspiration to others because you don't look like what you've been through. So you can take your time and share that with us.
So I am walking through my third stage of multiple myeloma cancer. It's a cancer cell. It's a cancer of the plasma cells. Um, just last Friday, I went to go get my evaluation to go ahead and start and have my second bone marrow transplant. When I got to the doctor, she told me, Tamika, we cannot move forward with your transplant because your cancer just came back. And I sat in that office at that moment and I didn't cry. I did when I left, but it shook me, not because I couldn't have the transplant, but because the cancer came back. The key word I want to make is I didn't say my cancer. I said the cancer came back. And I wanted to do this and it's time for me to tell my story. And I said to God, like, why? What is happening? Why is this happening? And he woke me up Friday morning before all of this started. And I was excited about it. I'm finna transplant. I'm finna, I got another chance to be a little bit stronger, be in a longer remission. And he said to me the first thing that morning, I heard the song that God has smiled on me. And I looked that up real quick, and that meant that I'm approving of you, that I'm with you, that I appreciate you, that you are valuable to me. Then he said, daughter, I am here. I got up and I worshiped and I praised him that whole morning. Then I got to the doctor's office and they told me my cancer was back. That's what she said, your cancer is back. And I had to remember, even through the tears and even through the brokenness and all of that in that moment, I remember him telling me that he was still right here. So even though it hurt and even though it was a trial and even though I got to go through another set of chemo, I said, God, but what happened? He told me that, Tamika, you'll live and you won't die. You will declare the works of the Lord. And it's been a process for me. It's been a struggle for me because I'm afraid, like, do I have the time to use my voice? But guess what? I'm still here. And so as long as I'm still here, I'm still going to use my voice. Nothing can stop you from living. That's why it's personal for me to live through this thing, because there are so many women out there that don't believe that they can get up, that don't believe that their voice is important. And I remember sitting in that bathroom, looking in that mirror, not even believing that I was worthy to be worth anything, not even knowing that I was beautiful, because all of my life I've been told that I was ugly, being in relationships, going from place to place. I did not understand how valuable I was and how beautiful I was in the eyes of God. And I've gotten to a place that, I'm been letting my voice, because it's not the voices of other people, but I let my voice hinder me. So what I have is important. What I have is valuable. And my strength don't come from me. My strength comes from the Lord. But he's giving me the strength to say, girl, get up. Girl, stand up. Girl, believe. So you know what? I got to try. I got a little way to go, but I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to probably live to 3027. That's my plan. I'm going to live a very, very, very long time. So I'm embracing every single moment that happens to me. I'm embracing it. You have to accept what's happening to you, and accepting it doesn't mean that you're defeated. Acceptance means just saying it's really happening. We'll be super spiritual or super and say, oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. Yes, you can. Because if you don't accept the place that you're in, you're never going to get to the next place that you're supposed to go. You're hindering yourself. You're holding yourself back. I used to have so many jacked up perceptions of you can't do this, because that's not, but I've hindered myself. But I finally got up in a place and I said, it's time to go. So, I didn't know that today was going to come this way. Today, I'm supposed to be in the hospital taking the chemo. But today, I'm sitting right here and I'm telling my story, because my story is bigger than the cancer, because my story is what's going to change lives. The cancer doesn't change my life. It didn't alter anything. It just pushed me to be the woman that God told me that I always have been. I just had to believe it.
Listen, 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 listen. What I want you to do, your list, I need you to stop and just take a deep breath. Let everything she said, let it sit, let it marinate. Let it brew around in your heart and in your spirit and really take in. because there's a lot of people that are going through some things. For a lot of people, you may be listening like, that was me and this is me. And some of us, we don't know that will be us. And we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Only thing we have is right now. This moment. This moment you are sharing with us, women making her story. We are sharing this space and we are saying that I'm stepping up, I'm speaking out, and I'm sharing my story because I'm making history. Some of you may be the first person in your life, in your family, to really go through healing. Some of you may be the first entrepreneur in your family. Some of you may be the first person that owns a nonprofit organization. Some of you may be the first person in your family that wrote a book. Some of you may be the first person that really spoke out. However, you're making history, make it count. Make your dash worth something. Make your life more meaningful. If you're listening right now and you're sitting on the beds of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, oughtas, I was fitting to, and I'm about to, stop. Let today be the moment, the day that you say, I'm standing up and I'm going to share my story. And that may be being featured in Her Fire magazine. That may be becoming a speaker. That may just be you just sharing your story on the Facebook Live, however the case may be. Stand up. This is Women History Month. We're closing this month out with a bang. We saying we are women. We are powerful. We are important. We are needed. We are valuable. And we have something to say because God put something in our womb. God gave us a vision. We have purpose living through us. And wherever I got to go through, I'm going to make my story count. Ladies, let's just give it up, give it up. I want to give you guys a round of applause and say I'm honored for you to share this space. Is there any other things that you have you guys want to say? Any questions you want to ask me? Is there anything on your heart you want to share, Melissa or Tamika?
I want to share, actually, again, just thanking you, Angela, for this platform, for allowing us to have this voice. And I also want to even say, for even hearing Tamika's story, it's just so empowering to just know that the outside doesn't identify what you're really going on the inside. And you're listening to God's voice, you're listening to him, and you're being obedient. And that says so much in volume because you're now not allowing it to take over you. And I think sometimes when it comes to people not just dealing with what you're doing with just with obstacles in our life, we allow it to consume us instead of realizing that what we may be dealing with or going through, you are that vessel, you are that Job, you are that Job, you are that Nehemiah, you are that story, you are that testimony for individuals that you can be able to share with others. So thank you. Thank you for not being afraid, not being ashamed, but know your calling and utilizing your voice the way God wants you to. So thank you.
You're welcome. I'm humbled. Um, I'm humbled. I'm really humbled. But it takes people like you who are willing, when you walk through things and you go through life and homelessness and knowing how to help reach somebody. A lot of times you're down. If I can say this about Angela Brand, she has the ability to reach people when they're down and pull out the jewel that's inside of them that they don't even believe that they have. And it takes us a while sometimes to recognize that jewel. But when you recognize that jewel, she said something earlier. That voice, like it'll keep calling you to come into your greatness. And I think as women, we all defy that. We defy greatness. And there's so many voices that tell us that we'll never be anything, that we can't accomplish nothing. You're a woman, you can't preach. You're a woman, you can't teach. You're a woman, you can't own your own business. You're a woman that can't do anything. And when we break that shell and come out of that thing, we can do anything if we put our mind to it. And that's what we're doing.
Let me tell you, that's what we did.
Like,
You did that. Melissa, you did that. Tamika, you did that. AB, you did that. Right. And it's amazing of how God shows up through women. How he has showed up through history through women. And I'm just so proud that I'm a woman. I'm just so proud and so happy that I'm a woman, that I have a womb, that I'm just a girly girl. I'm just so excited and honored to have this space where women can come together, where women can pour and celebrate each other. We have to start celebrating each other on a regular basis. Melissa, I'm so proud of you. And
thank you. Thank you so much.
And everything that you're doing. Tamika, I'm so proud. Your growth, is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. I love it. You just met 3 of the women that was featured in the Her Fire magazine. We have a couple of more days to go with several more women that's going to come and light up the stage. We just scratching the surface. These women are women that are lovers of God, lovers of people, lovers of themselves, and have a love and a passion for what they do. So get your copy of the Her Fire magazine. Go now to www.herfiremag. Nope. Go now to angelabrandenterprise.com. That's angelabrandenterprise.com. angelabrandenterprise.com. angelabrandenterprise.com, and get your copy of the Her Fire magazine. Women making her story. Share, tag, all those amazing things. We're coming back tomorrow with some more amazing women. We are women. We are feminine. We are impactful. We are rich. And we are extraordinary. And we are on a mission to ignite the fire of women all over the world. We will see you tomorrow, the same time, the same place. And you guys already know, I will see you in a fire. You guys having an abundant time, abundant life, an abundant day. Let's just go out celebrating the women making her story.